Room Show. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out tonight. Yes, and as always, when I say coming out, I mean staying in. That I say, give yourselves a round of applause for keeping the door locked and not even taking the deadbolt off, keeping that chair leaning against the doorknob. The way I learned in every spy movie, I think that makes you safe, right? And I think you just lean a door against a chair against the door, and then boom, no one's getting in. You will be perfectly fine. And if you didn't know that, you're welcome, everybody. Evil Dave just got here, everyone. I was nervous. I was hoping he was going to get here. A couple of quick announcements before we get started. This is stand-up comedy on Zoom, the premier way for viewing stand-up comedy. In fact, going forward, the only way I will let anyone view stand-up comedy. We're shutting down all the comedy clubs, and we were only going to be on Zoom. Believe it or not, Zoom was not designed specifically for stand-up comedy. We want to make this feel like the best stand-up comedy club experience possible. A couple of ways we can do that. First of all, if you are somewhere with not too much background noise, if you can unmute yourself, we want to hear your amazing, awesome laughter. So go ahead and hit that button to unmute so we can hear your laughter. If you do currently have a smoke detector that you have not changed the batteries and it's going to chirp every 3 minutes, stay muted. That's okay. We don't need to hear it. But even if you are muted, at least turn your cameras on. Let us see your beautiful smiling faces. That's great. We love seeing you smile and laughing and having a great time and nodding along. Thank you, Amparo, for turning on your camera. Ooh, it's Amparo's iPhone 2. I wonder where Amparo's first iPhone is. Next announcement, we suggest watching this show in speaker view. Go ahead and hit that button up in this corner or that corner. I'm not sure if I'm mirrored in your screen, and that will put it into speaker view. Comics like to have their face as big as possible, taking up as much of the screen as possible. You can watch us in gallery view. I'm not going to judge because mainly I'd have no idea. You could be lying to me and say that you've been in speaker view this whole time. And I'd be like, I believe you, but you've actually been in the bathroom, in the other room, not even paying attention. I don't care. I'm still happy. Everyone, let's see. Next announcement. As you know, this is a free stand-up comedy show, but if you want to show these comics some love, if you want to have it so that we can keep doing these amazing shows. I keep saying we, but it's just me right now. Someone just asked, they said, what happened to Carrie? Carrie's fine. Carrie's great. Carrie and I did a show together a couple weeks ago. Carrie's just busy with some other stuff, so she stepped back from the Zoom show. So now it's just me running things. I have all the power. That's basically all it is. I hope that answers your question. It's not like Carrie and I are not friends anymore. We're still friends. We're actually looking to get an in-person show going out in Brooklyn. We're trying to get it going at a small bar called Young Ethel's. Yeah. And the plan is if we can get that show going, we will also try to live stream that show if we can get them to commit to a regular set of shows and not just a single show. What was I saying? Oh, money. That's what it all comes back to money, everybody. If you want to show the comics some love, make it so that I can keep paying these comics to keep doing this show. You could send us some tips. Use the email livingroomcomedy@gmail.com. You can find us on Venmo, PayPal, and Zelle. You can even find us on Cash App, whatever that is. It looks like you just go to cash.app/$, my full name, Aaron Caminos Smith. No hyphens, no spaces, the way God intended for my first and two last names to be all one word. I should have made it with also my middle name. My middle name, Noel, Noel. That's right. Every Jew has a middle name, Noel. I may be the only one. That's me, Aaron Noel Camino Smith. So I feel like it would have been mostly me just being like, no, it's not Aaron Noel. All right, it's not Aaron Noel. That would have been me every day, all the time. Well, thank you all for being here. Any other announcements, I think, are just shout out to the Carbo household with their little puppies, Jax, Honey, and Mia, always hanging out. They're the quietest, calmest dogs every week that you guys watch, and I never hear them bark. I never hear them make noise. And it's amazing. And other people have to constantly be muting every time their dogs bark or their cats meow. And those cats are just meowing because this show, I mean, it is the cats meow. Come on. Hey, we're doing puns, everybody. We're having fun. That was a terrible pun. That deserved no laughter. How dare you, all of you. I just want to find out right now, if we got people watching for the very first time, if you have never seen this show before, go in that chat box and I want to know where you are watching from. Go ahead and type in the chat if it's your first time watching, or if it's your millionth time watching and you're just excited to let me know. Or you could even shout it out. If you're unmuted, shout out and tell me where you're watching from. Who's from somewhere wild and crazy and exciting? What do we got?
I'm from Maine.
What, Amparo, what was that?
From Maine?
From Maine.
Yes.
It's a question, but I will take it as a confident. You are from Maine. I love it. What part of Maine is it?
I'm in Lewiston.
In Lewiston. I don't know what that means, but I will assume I only know like Portland, Maine, and I also know Portland, Maine. That's pretty much it that I know of Maine. Oh, and I do know Kennebunkport. Is that in Maine?
Yeah.
I only know that because I did a show at a college up in Maine, and this girl was like, "We're from Kennebunkport." And I just couldn't help but laugh. She was like, Kennebunkport. And I was like, are you auctioning the city right now? This is the way it sounded. Like, do we have Kennebunkport? Do I have Bangor? What do I hear? Or she was like boarding a train in the 1940s. She was announcing all the stops that were going to be happening on the train. That's what it sounded like to me. All right, so we got Maine watching. I'm looking around. I see we got people from New York City. We got other people from Brooklyn. I see my parents coming to us from New Jersey. Who else do we got? We got Bergen County, New Jersey. I like it. And we got Gordon coming to us from PNW. I don't know what PNW means. Is that a province in Canada? Does anybody know? Pacific Northwest. Oh, that's what it means. Pacific Northwest.
Where's that?
Which
All
I don't know.
right.
Will I do my silly Pacific Northwest joke? You got it. Here it comes. And, Laura or Ron, feel free to do my joke for me because you've heard it too many times. I do find it funny when we call it the Pacific Northwest. What other Northwest would it be? No one's there's no Atlantic Northwest. It feels redundant. Someone told me Idaho is considered a part of the Pacific Northwest, and to which I would say people in Idaho don't understand what the Pacific is then. That doesn't count at all. It's going to take a lot more climate change for the Pacific to reach you. You got mountains in the way. All right, everybody, that just got dark. Okay. Did it get dark? It just got hot. That was my climate reference right there. And what else do we got? We got Long Island. I like it. Well, Joni's been here plenty of times. And who else? We got another Long Island. That's I think how it's correctly pronounced. I bought my Honda Civic from North Shore Honda in Long Island.
All right.
Or as I called it, North Shore Honda. That's what I got. A Honda Civic from Long Island. That's where we got it. Guys, I just do impressions just based on adding a vowel at the end of whatever it is that I said. All right. So we got a lot of fun people. I'm excited. We got a fun crowd tonight. Wow. If it keeps going like this, guys, I'm just going to do this show for 5 more years. We're just going to keep going. I'm looking around. I like it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere because I'm literally going nowhere. I'm sitting next to my kitchen table right now.
We're from Aaron's building.
Yeah, Jackie and Henry, they're in my building. They're in Dumbo. They're on the 5th floor, and I'm on the 28th floor. We have a tin can telephone connecting us whenever I want to talk to them. I open the window, I drop the tin can down. It's a lot of fishing line, but you just drop it down. You got to pull it taut or else the sound won't go through. You can't quite hear it through the subway trains going over the Manhattan Bridge, but we're trying. All right, everybody, let's get into it. What exciting stuff has been going on this week?
Play with Leah?
Facebook said they're going to stop fact checking, where they're cutting some of the fact checking. Also, do you know what else I saw? That the Facebook Meta stock was up 2.5% today. Do you know why the stock was up? Because Mark Zuckerberg sacrificed 10,000 puppies. I know that's true because I saw it on Facebook. So it must be true. That's a fact, I believe. Now is also a good time to remind everyone that a few months into the pandemic, pandemic, my Facebook account was suspended. And that the reason that I was given from Facebook that my Facebook account was suspended was that it appeared I was impersonating a famous person. I don't know which direction they meant. If they thought like there is a famous Aaron Noel Camino Smith out there and that I was impersonating that guy, or if they think that Aaron Camino Smith is super like, I don't know what they were talking about. I just wanted to be like, hey, Facebook, like it's me. Like it's the real, like I'm the Aaron middle name Noel Caminos -Smith. Like I fully understand how to correctly spell my name. It must be me. I don't know who else it could possibly be, except for some reason it did not. They didn't let me back on. And it's like, yeah, if you look me up, like that's my IMDb profile. Like if you look me up, like that is me in that one role in that one episode of Inside Amy Schumer as short guy. That's me. Like it's the real Aaron Camino Smith right here. I can't possibly be faking it. I don't know who they thought I was, who they thought I was not, but they kicked me off of Facebook. The crazy part is that then once they removed my account, my wife was no longer listed as married to me.
Wow.
Yeah, Facebook. She's single. I mean, we're trying to get her back out there. We're trying. She's never used any of the apps, so I don't really know if she's going to be able to date using the apps, but we will try. I don't know how to use them either, so but we're going to do our best. We did just get her signed up for Grindr, so I hope it works. I think we're doing it the right way. That was fun. It is weird. Like I think the ads have been off on Facebook for a long time. I'm getting some weird ads. But according to one ad, good news, everybody, clowns.com is hiring. It is an ad I recently got. I'm not sure if other people had plans of freaking out children at some point in their lives, but now's your chance to pounce. I can't join. I am already a part of jesters.net. If you're Catholic, you could be clowns.com. If you're Jewish jester, Catholic clown. I think that's just how that works. So there's clowns.com, jesters.net. There's jokers.biz. I don't know if you want to know how all of these stack up. If you line them all up in order of best to worst, I'm kind of right there, right in the center. It's I got clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with Jews. Okay. You guys got it? That was clever on many levels. I'm very proud of myself for how that one went. This is fun. We're having fun, everyone. Let's just spend the next half hour debating congestion pricing. Let's do it. This is like all my social media is just people like posting a picture of like a long line of commuters buying Metro cards and being like, see, and I'm like, guys, we're like 5 days in. You have no idea in any direction what's going to happen. Let's give it a year. That's what I say. And I still stand by my amazing joke last week of the goal of it is to decrease congestion. So it should be called decongestion pricing.
I like it.
And then it could be sponsored by Sudafed. All right. It's an excellent idea. That was a new joke, everybody. Happy. Oh, this is a good point, Brandon, who just sent me a message in the chat. Happy 13th night of Hanukkah, everybody. That's my running gag that I completely forgot about. I think because Hanukkah happened so late this year that it was still going in 2025 that I had no idea that it still was even Hanukkah. It might not even be the 13th night. I have no idea. It could be the 14th night. It could be the 12th night. It could be the 47th night. I feel like I usually manage to go about 50 something nights into Hanukkah before I forget that running gag from week to week. But it's what keeps you folks coming back. For Aaron to let us know what night of Hanukkah it would be had the Jews' oil lasted that long. Then that's what it would be. Oh man, everybody, we've got an amazing stand-up comedy show for you guys. I got 3 great comics. Are we excited to have some fun?
Yeah.
All right. We're feeling good. I am excited. I think Jackie was saying yeah. I don't think she was saying no, but I think it was like a yeah, and it was like no. I'm so excited to get these comics up here and have some fun. These are great comics. This next comic that I've got coming up, I have not seen him in way too long. He is absolutely hilarious. He's got a bookcase behind him in his virtual background. I absolutely love it. This man is hilarious. You know him, you love him. Let's hear it for the amazing and talented Mr. Ray Marshall, everybody. Let him hear
it. What's shaking? What's cooking? What's the lowdown? I like to introduce myself like a comic in the late 80s. What's happening? What's the haps? Just like to point out, just before I start my set, absolutely true. Which hand works better? This hand works better. I have read every book in my fake book background. I have even read the forwards, the acknowledgments. I memorized all of them. Quickly, name a book, and I can tell you what the first line in each book is. All right, too late. Moving on with the set. You gotta be quicker. Not here to lag around. Drones, huh? Okay. They were everywhere, and now they're nowhere. They were the top story on every news program, local and national, and then they're not anymore. They just fell out of the news cycle. They're no longer a concern because somebody forgot to charge the battery. And that was the solution. That was the solution to that problem. It was like everybody was afraid of it, right? And then, as Americans, our first solution when it was prevalent, everybody was like, shoot it down. And I was like, we don't know what they are. And everybody's like, still shoot them. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, what if everyone is carrying like an ET and we ruin our opportunity to live out Steven Spielberg's excellent film because we just want to shoot everything. That we would deserve that, wouldn't we? And then we would just start an intergalactic war because all we do is we shoot at stuff. And then, they stop going. I have a theory as to what happened. I think it was just one big elaborate prank. And then one day somebody was just like, hey, our prank has been running for 20 days now. Let's do it again. And then somebody was just like, I forgot to charge the battery. I'm like, what the hell? And I was just like, I thought you were going to do it. They're like, oh man, all right, forget it. Let's just do it tomorrow. And they're like, it's not the same. And that was the end of the prank. And we moved on with our lives and no one cares. And there's no one telling us why it happened. The craziest thing is that, our once and future president, Donald Trump, found it necessary to comment on it. And I'm just like, don't you got bigger things to worry about, man? Like, why do you? He's like, we're going to get to the bottom of it. We're going to figure it out. And I'm just like, they're a bunch of toys, man. There are a bunch of toys flying around. Don't you have bigger things to worry about? And then one thing that I was considering is, wouldn't it be funny? Like, what if we just submit all of our minuscule problems and concerns to him? Like, does he have an email? Like, would he talk about it? After that, would he just be like, listen, I've been hearing a lot of concerns about the Santa Claus, this guy breaking into houses. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I'm going to figure it out. And I'm just like, yeah, he's insane. He is insane. Just submit stuff to him and just see what happens. But one of my New Year's resolutions is to have better friendships with my male friends. I want to do that. I want to fix those friendships, really. No, Aaron, we're cool. No, it's just that, men, the way we approach friendships is a little weird. It is a little weird. You can tell how weird it is by the way we describe, like, our relationships with our friends. Women are way better at friendships. Women describe relationships and it makes absolute sense. A woman would say, hey, Stacy is one of my best friends. I trust her implicitly. If anything were to happen to me, I would ask Stacy to take care of my children. That makes sense. That's how a woman describes a friendship. A man describes a friendship like this. If I was ever in a dark alley in a knife fight, and I needed someone to help me, Mike is the first person I would call. I don't want a friend like that. Don't call me, call the police. Why would you call me? Probably late. I've never shown you that I could fight. I'm not Batman. By the time I get there, things are probably not going to go your way. I think you need to call the police. They're probably closer. So I just want to have better relationships with my friends. Actually talk about something other than sports. So I think we should all make that pledge going on. Yeah. Anybody here ever been on LinkedIn looking for work? Not me, because I'm a famous comedian along the lines of Aaron Camino Smith. We're both on the same level. Okay, a little bit. So it's Aaron here, and then me a little bit right down there. But we don't need that stuff. But anybody here ever been on LinkedIn?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So one of the things I noticed, LinkedIn is lying to you. It really is. Job posters are lying to you. I noticed something very interesting about them. When you go on there, one of the things that they tell you is we're an equal opportunity employer. We strive to give everybody a chance despite race, creed, religion, and walk of life. Then one of the very next questions is, are you Black? Native American? Are you Hispanic male? And I'm like, did you read your last page? You posted this. I didn't make you post that. And some of the things just aren't jiving with each other. Anybody here ever had DEI training at their day job? Anybody here ever had to go through that? I've had to go through that. And one of the worst things that I find about it is it teaches you things and it makes you more paranoid. One of the things that I realized about DEI training is it teaches you something called microaggressions, which it isn't like a direct insult. It's like an insult, like a ninja insult. It's like by way of, like it goes around and it comes back and it stings you. But the thing is, literally anything could be a microaggression and it makes you a little paranoid, right? So one of the things that I realized is that I was suffering microaggressions at work, and I didn't know it until I went through DEI training. So when I tell people that I hold a master's degree in cybersecurity, I get two responses. I get one response is like, wow, that's a really good degree. That's a really hot industry. That's the one response that I get. And then the second response that I get is, you? And then they're like, well, what school did you go to? And my reply is Hogwarts. I went to Hogwarts based on how I just replied. That is where I went to, because you sound so incredulous. You do. You really do. I'm getting excited for this time of year. A major time of year is coming up. I can tell by the people and the everybody that has their camera on. I don't need to tell you guys that this is coming. You guys are all just excited for it as I am. Black History Month is right around the corner, and I can pretty much tell everyone's got that marked off on their calendar. I am going to stay off my streamers during Black History Month because Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, they all do the same thing. They seem to think that when Black History Month rolls around, they could just dig up all of the old movies, the Black movies that they never showed me before, and just put it in my queue. You may be interested in... No, I'm not. I don't. I watch Married at First Sight. What makes you think that I would be interested in... You've got some part of my demographic that tells you I'm Black, and you're putting that in my face. They also really, really love trauma movies, don't they? Mm-hmm. Like The Help. I don't want to watch somebody shit in the pie. I don't. Boys in the Hood. I think we all know how that ends. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in that. All right, guys. You guys have been a great group of people on the camera. I love you guys. Thank you for the laugh. Thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. That's been my time.
Going for Ray Marshall, everybody. Marshall, my male friend.
We've hugged before, platonically. We've hugged, yeah.
And not to watch sports. It's fun. And Ray, I believe you're pretty close to Young Ethel's, right? I think you're right around the corner from you, or just a couple
minutes away. 5 minutes, yeah.
Well, this is more of a reason to make it happen, to get this show going at Young Ethel's, which I think that name is meant to be ironic. A bar called Young Ethel's. Like Young Gertrude.
I've never answered it.
Yeah, I think that's. We're gonna do a show at Old Skylar's. That's what we're gonna do. Oh man, I just thought of that off the top of my head. That's clever. It is weird how in 2025, like kids who are named Skylar have become grown-ups. I don't know who let that happen. I called to get my cell phone fixed. This guy was like, "Hey, this is Skylar. Can I help you?" I was like, "No, I don't think you can." Skylar, is there an adult back there?
Oh no.
Is there a Robert? Is there a Susan who I could talk to? I'm not giving out participation trophies. I actually want real help. Anybody named Skylar in the audience? I should have asked before. I made fun of the name Skylar. No, I did recently have there was a student named Skylar who booked me out of college, and I made a lot of money from that. And I'm like, ooh, I got to stop doing this joke about Skylar. I got to stop bringing up the name Skylar. It's a great name. And that is a microaggression to everyone younger than me. That's what that is, everybody. We're going to keep the show rocking and rolling. Before I do that, by the way, shout out to everybody watching us on Comedy Hub on Twitch. We love streaming it over there. Give them a round of applause. We are so happy that they are here as well. And Jared over at Comedy Hub, who's been a partner from the beginning, we're so happy to have him with us. And I forgot to thank them last week, and I felt terrible about it all week. And even through all of Ray's set, I kept remembering I gotta thank Comedy Hub at Twitch. Now we're gonna keep the show rocking and rolling right now. I'm excited for this next comic. I believe it's his first time doing our Zoom show. And we are pumped to have him on. Let's hear it right now for Live from Outer Space, the amazing and talented Mr. Bob Lombardi, everybody. Let him hear it.
Hi. This is my first time on Zoom, and it's kind of strange because I'm looking and I'm doing a set looking at myself, which is, pretty much the way I spend most of my day, just talking to myself in the mirror. I've lost complete days that way. Somebody said, "What'd you do on Monday?" I said, "I looked at myself." That was Monday. I didn't get tired of it. Looked great. I figured, I went on and I started looking at myself on Tuesday. I figured, man, you're killing it. You're looking even better today than you did yesterday. Just want to let everybody know I am 78 years old. Yes, that's it. That's it. Great. I love a group that can be manipulated. It's really wonderful. I am 78, and I've been wondering about my longevity because who knows. So I did what, of course, I went to the fount of all knowledge. I Googled born August 1st, 1946. You know what Google told me? Google told me my life expectancy is 66.31 years. Unknown to me, right around this time, January 2012, I died. I never got an email. I never looked in the papers. No obit. Come on. I mean, really, come on. Now, that's one funeral I wanted to go to. I would show them everything they're doing. Because my number one funeral idea, no funeral for me. Absolutely not. My going away party is going to be a fun for all. That's it. Come and have fun or stay the hell home. No crying, no moaning. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking that my funeral should be a roast. Because I'm probably going to be anticipatory of what's going to happen next. You know, a lot of fire going on. No, but yeah, I really do. I can think about that. So, so I figured Google's not telling me anything. So where do I go next? I'm going to go to that pre-internet source of all energy, all knowledge. I went to the Bible. And Aaron will appreciate it. I didn't go to that, lousy sequel that I grew up on, the nice little Italian Catholic boy. I went to old school Bible, the Old Testament. And I tell you, those OGs, man, they lived a long time. Unbelievable. Number 10 on the longest living list in the Old Testament is Enoch. Lived 150 years. I was number 10. Ladies, you'll appreciate this. He had a son named Jared. You know him. That's where you get your degree. Yeah, great. So, that didn't tell me anything. So, I'm just wondering, how long am I going to be here? But, I figure my thing is if I don't get an advanced email, I'm not going. Because I can think about everything else. I am working on my memoir. It's called I'm Going Laughing or I'm Not Going at All. Yeah. I figured, what symmetry is that? You come into the world crying, some weird-ass dude is pounding you on the butt, making you cry, you should go out laughing. Isn't that like, there's a nice symmetry in that. So more about me. I am married. And I love marriage. I really do. It's so nice. I've done it twice. Yep. Really have. Ladies, you want to know this? I have a type. Women with standards. Professionally very high, personally exceedingly low. And I've been married twice, and really, it's, 2 wives have dealt with this for 20 years each. I mean, come on, people, do the math. That's 4 decades of disappointment. Whoever that person is, I'll pay you to be on my next Zoom. Whatever that. Just let me know. I'll Venmo you money. You just be on my next Zoom. No, really. But what's not disappointing is that both of my wives have become really good friends. Absolute truth. And to Ed and they are excellent friends. They even refer to each other as sister wife. Where the heck's my reality show? Really? I deserve a reality show. No, they really are. And people wonder about that. I've had people say, Bob, aren't you a little concerned that they're very close? And I do get a little concerned. Sometimes I do imagine that I could be in a Lifetime movie. And I'm sure some of you people watch Lifetime movie. That's the movie where in the last 10 minutes, I love to look at 10 minutes before the hour and just turn on the Lifetime channel because you know what's going to happen. Somebody's going to die because somebody dies in the last 10 minutes of every Lifetime movie. So I figured in my Lifetime movie, my wife and my ex-wife are plotting my death. Yeah. One of those great Lifetime titles like Our Late Husband. Yeah. Worse than that, people. I'm totally ignored. Totally. They get together. I get the only threesome where I'm the intruder. I swear. I asked them, I said, I'm the reason you know each other. You know what they say? Bob, you're just not that interesting. But let's see, what else did I want to talk to you about? So, everybody, you get the new year coming and everybody talks about resolutions. And then you start seeing all these, affirmative messages of hope that keep you going during the year. And one is like, especially when, go on and they know they have these for different demographic groups. For the seniors, they always go, you're still here because God wants you to be here. I don't see it that way. I've always run a low profile in my life. I don't think I'm that important. I swear, if God is looking out for me, then he's missing out some really important people. Because I've been flying under the radar my whole life. I like to think of myself as the kind of mysterious employee at Amazon that Jeff Bezos doesn't even know is there. It's like, this guy, I could come in, kind of like that episode on Seinfeld where Kramer just starts working at a company and never gets paid. Yeah. So let's see, what else is going on for me? Oh, yeah, mate, I do have a resolution this year. I promised myself that I'm going to do 200 shows, because I did 147 last year, and I'm going to lose 20 pounds. Ooh. All right. And everybody knows what's going to be hard. Right? Losing those 20 pounds, that's going to be hard. I can't do the old technique that I usually do, which is I get my arms tied behind my back. And my wife puts me in a closet somewhere, comes in twice a day, and gives me a little water, maybe a crust of bread to chew on. No, she won't do that anymore. She won't. So what else? What do we got here? How much time have I got there, Aaron? I got 2 minutes. Okay. I hope you don't find this too offensive, but this is another actual true story. My sister sent me a T-shirt. Has my picture on it. It's obviously me. I've got some weird glasses. But you know what you put the caption of that picture? Attention whore. Believe that? Attention whore. People. All honesty, again, Hand-Tad and I have never charged. I'm an attention slut. That's right. And, I know this is a clean show. And we're all being good and proper here, but I tell you, I feel a lot of slut energy coming towards me. I do. My slutometer is going wild. There are sluts in the house. But you're private. You're private. You're all in the closet. It's okay. I'll just leave you with the inspirational words my wife gives me before every show. Be funny or die. Yeah. So remember, people, if you don't laugh, I don't live. You never ever see me again. It's all your fault. Thank you. Thank you.
Keep it going for Bob, everybody. Keep it going for Bob. Put that on a T-shirt. That's your merch, by the way. If you don't laugh, I don't live. That's your T-shirt. And then that's the picture. Instead of attention whore, you could have that.
I could sell that to comics.
Yeah, comics would take it, and then you should have your own T-shirt printer right there with you at every show. Your merchandise is not to sell to audience; it's to sell to other comics.
That's right. Because they're the ones rolling in money. Yes.
Yeah, it's true. They made so much money. They're going to pay you in the half a beer left in their cup. I think it's actually pretty easy. Lose 20 pounds, do 200 shows, just lose 1/10 of a pound per show, and you'll be fine. All right. It's little baby steps. All right. You got to have a joke that involves you running left and right on stage, like 5 or 6 sprints across stage. And you're like, whew, now that's done, that's half the New Year's resolution taken care of. And you're all set. Wow. One more time for Bob, everybody. Let him hear it.
Yeah,
all right. Thank you, Bob. By the way, I did the math for myself. Happy 17th night of Hanukkah, everybody.
Exactly.
I thought 13 sounded off. I apologize. Hashem, apologies for messing that up. Don't strike me down. All right. That's old testimony. Testimony? Old Testament. I got like 4 hours of sleep last night, everybody. I got back at 2 a.m. from a show in Pennsylvania, so I am loopy, and I woke up to bring my daughter to school. So I don't know what's going on. Everyone, guys, we do have one more comic for all of you, but quick announcement before we get to that final comic. I know you guys are having a great time. We're enjoying ourselves, but now Wet Blanket Aaron has got to remind you this is a free show. But if you want to keep seeing amazing comics like this, make it so I can pay them some money. Send us some cash using the email livingroomcomedy@gmail.com on Venmo, PayPal, and Zelle. If you're wondering how much is a good amount to tip, I suggest $5 per person watching the show. If it's a really good show and you're enjoying yourself, go for $10. If this is the greatest show you've ever seen, $17 for the 17th night of Hanukkah. $5.17. We'll take that. I'll take $17.25 for the year 25. I'll take $80 and whatever the change is. I don't know what year it is in the Hebrew calendar. I forgot what year it is. It's like 80-70 or 50-70 or 90-70 or 4 million. I don't know what it is. None of this is real. Okay. Infinity exists, and that's not possible. None of this is real. All right, everyone. We've got one more comic for all of you. He is absolutely hilarious. Has an amazing show, by the way, in North Adams, Massachusetts, at a brewery that is fantastic. It's an amazing crowd that always comes out. Let's hear it for the amazing and talented Mr. Charlie Nadler, everybody. Let him hear it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Aaron. The show's amazing because of people like you that come and do it. Appreciate it. Great to be with you tonight. I had a very unique childhood. I'm from a family of magicians. They're always doing crazy tricks around the house. They'd make stuff disappear in front of my eyes, like my inheritance. They'd go, pick a card, any card, then max it out. I'm an only child. Sorry, only child is no longer politically correct. Please refer to me as the Messiah. I'm married. I love being married. I love my wife so much. My wife is my soulmate, and I am her husband. Opposites attract, you know. The first time I ever told that joke, it crushed. It did so well, and I was so upset because I was only saying it to my wife. She was like, "Oh, that's so relatable." We're gonna be married 10 years pretty soon, so that's a big wedding anniversary. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out like something special to do. You know, people like to celebrate with special like gestures. Like some people renew their vows. But I don't really know about renewing your vows. That feels kind of like a lateral move. You know, like I want to renegotiate my vows. So I'm an only child and I have no first cousins. So I don't have a family tree. It's a shrub. And my wife and I we're not planning on having children. So people say stuff like, "Are you going to start a family?" And I'm like, "No, I'm trying to end one." And when we got married, everyone pressured us just immediately to have children. And they would say it with weird phrases. They'd say stuff like, "Don't you want to have a small version of yourself?" And I'm like, I'm already a small version. And all our friends are having kids, and they like really wish we'd have kids, and they always misinterpret everything we say. Like this year for Thanksgiving, my wife posted on Instagram that we had a pie in the oven. My buddy immediately texted me like, congrats, due date, what is it? And I was like, thanks, 45 minutes, pumpkin. We live in the burgers, as Aaron said, in Massachusetts. It's really great. We support a lot of local farms, and for Thanksgiving, we got this very fancy free range turkey. It was like it was so free range it had just gotten back from Cancun. And the whole thing felt like we were planning a wedding. I had to put a deposit down to guarantee the turkey, and then they hit me with a massive balance. I got cold feet. I wasn't sure if this turkey was the one. And the farm would send way too many emails about this turkey. They'd send emails like, your turkey, Derek, is having a great day. He just got done with hot yoga. Like, I don't know about you, but I don't want to form an emotional connection with something that I won't meet until it is meat. Like, if that's the case, I want my turkey to be terrible. I want to get emails like, your turkey, Derek, is extremely sexist. He just shanked a guy on Staten Island. I do love the holidays. January is a weird one. I'm doing dry January. Biggest mistake in my life. And I found out they call it dry January because when you do it, your entire soul feels dehydrated. And it's supposed to have like good health outcomes for people, like especially men, you know, like men who drink too much and have trouble with erectile dysfunction. I don't like calling it erectile dysfunction. I prefer to say al dente. I love being a comedian. I love traveling around. I think about what else I would maybe do though. Like I think it would be cool to go back to school and get my PhD, but still keep regular jobs. Yeah, I think that would be funny. You know, like, hi, I'm Dr. Nadler. Welcome to Denny's. I love traveling and, you know, going to new restaurants and stuff, but, you know, inflation's out of control. I went to this restaurant recently and I got a lobster roll and it was market price. And I found out they call it that because after you pay for it, you have to put your home on the market. I'm currently traveling now, and I've been staying at a lot of hotels. I'm at my dad's now, but I've been staying at a lot of hotels. I used to prefer Airbnbs, but I don't know about you. Airbnbs have gotten way too out of control lately. Like, I feel like the check-in processes are insane. Like the last Airbnb that I went to, I had to bring toilet paper, towels, sheets. I was like, this is an Airbnb, right? I didn't accidentally buy this house. And the checkout process was even worse. I had to clean their gutters, drive their kid to college.
Can't get in.
Right.
I'm from Martha's Vineyard, which you might know is like a very like fancy, island kind of resort, and it's known for having like a lot of rich and famous people that visit in the summer. And I recently went last summer with my wife, and we were crossing this street, and all of a sudden this big Range Rover like comes around a corner and almost runs us over, like almost kills us. And normally I have like a lot of rage as a person, and I would get really upset, but for some reason, when this happened, all I did to the car was go like this. like someone scored a touchdown or something. And it caused the driver to slow down. He thought that I was like a friend who noticed him and was saying hello. So he stopped and he leans over and it was Seth Meyers, the famous comedian. My wife and I almost got killed by Seth Meyers. My closest brush with fame was also my closest brush with death. I almost got my big break, but it was just all in my bones. Can you imagine that headline? Like, famous comedian runs over unknown comedian. But actually, it wouldn't even be that. It would say, famous comedian runs over pedestrian. And her husband. I'll get out of here in a couple of minutes. You guys have been super fun. I'm a pretty liberal person, and we got a few days left of the Biden presidency. I think it's only fair. The Supreme Court says that that presidents are able to commit crimes. So I think Biden has 91 of them or something to get. I would just love to see a Biden crime spree right now. I would love to see President Biden rob a bank. Just have him be like, give me all your, what is it you have here again? Hunter, grab the car.
Doing it now.
I'll leave you on this. I love doing all this comedy on the road. I'm on the road now for the next week or so. I was just in Vermont, and I always try to do something fun when I'm performing. And I went skiing there, and I'm terrible at skiing. And the worst part about being bad at skiing is the names of the trails. The expert black diamonds have the coolest names ever, but the beginner green circles that I have to go on have the lamest names. And I hate comparing with an expert buddy, the routes we each took down the mountain. It'll be like, yeah, first I lit up diarrhea. And then I tore up your turkey, Derek. And then I shredded some serious gnar down Devil's Grundle. What about you, Charlie? Let's see. I started out on Fuzzy Bunny. Then I took it on over to Little Spoon. Then I finished out on Smallest Wiener in Vermont. Thank you so much for starting out. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Keep it going for Charlie, everybody. Oh man, it's Charlie Nadler. I haven't gone skiing in so long, and I forgot how ridiculous the double green dot trails were. Those ones where they didn't even have a lift; they just had a rope that you could just kind of hold on to. And you're you're next to a little 4-year-old child who's going faster than you. One more time for all the comics that you've seen, for Ray, for Bob, for Charlie.
Yeah.
And one more time for yourselves for being such an amazing audience. Because I know we're only a week and a half past the holidays, but if you are still looking for holiday cards to get ready for next year, there's my link. I just put it in there for my Etsy shop. You can go in. You can get your I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, which is weird because we're Jewish. You can get that holiday card. I've got the digital downloads. They're there for you. There's going to be birthday cards coming up there soon. I'm going to get Valentine's Day cards up. I'm going to get St. Patrick's Day cards up. I'm getting every holiday you can think of. We're just doing everything. We're going to do National Bob Day, National Charlie Day, National Ray Day. I'm making cards for everybody, for every comic. Someone's got to jump on this idea of doing personalized merch specifically to sell to comics. Forget the audience, just for the comics, and make $1 to $2 to $0 a week. That's the plan. It's going to be amazing, everyone. Just doing the show every Friday. Go ahead and make reservations. Come back next Friday. You guys, you are awesome. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your week. Good luck through January. Hopefully it warms up wherever you are. Stay safe, everyone.